Right now at noon, both vice presidential candidates preparing for a high-stakes debate on CBS tomorrow. We're taking a look at the rules. Plus, cleanup continues in the South after historic devastation from Hurricane Helene. Why thousands remain without power. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter. First at noon, we begin with a missing Madison man. Take a look at your screen. 63-year-old Wayne Hodges left his address this morning around 7 on Tottenham Road and has not been seen since. He left on foot in an unknown direction. Hodges does not have access to a vehicle. He is 6 feet tall, 300 pounds, with several tattoos on both arms, including BJQ on the right and Ebony on the left. Hodges may be wearing a black Biggie Smalls or Notorious B.I.G. shirt with a photo on it. If you see him, please call the Madison Police Department at the number on your screen. Well, to Campaign 2024 news this afternoon, former President Donald Trump is set to visit Dane County for the first time tomorrow. Trump will be at Dane Manufacturing in Wanakee at 1:30 in the afternoon. He'll also make a stop at Discovery World in Milwaukee. There he'll speak around 5. This will be his first visit to Milwaukee since the Republican National Convention. This all comes after a rally in Prairie du Chien on Saturday. Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance have visited Wisconsin 7 times during this campaign cycle. Also in Wisconsin tomorrow, Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff. He'll be in Milwaukee and is set to talk about the economy. A location has not yet been announced. The only scheduled debate between the vice presidential nominees is set for tomorrow night in New York City. The 90-minute matchup between Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Republican Senator J.D. Vance will air right here on CBS. According to the network, unlike the presidential debates, the candidates' microphones will not be muted. There will be no opening statements and no studio audience. The candidates will have 2 minutes to answer each question, and the other candidate will have 2 minutes to respond. 1 minute will be allowed for additional rebuttals. An additional minute to continue a topic may be given at the moderator's discretion. This debate will be moderated by Nora O'Donnell and Margaret Brennan. It airs at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Former President Jimmy Carter is about to make history. Tomorrow he'll turn 100 years old, becoming the first president in U.S. history to hit the centennial mark. A number of events to celebrate are in the works. That includes a flyover of military jets over his hometown of Plains, Georgia, where a naturalization ceremony and concert will also be held. A pandemic-era student loan benefit ends this week. The 1-year grace period for borrowers who miss a payment will no longer be in effect. Last year, student loan services were not reporting missed, late, or as partial payments to the National Credit Bureaus, but now they will notify the bureaus, which could impact credit scores. This change comes as the fate of a generous Biden administration student loan repayment plan is on hold as litigation plays out. A hearing is scheduled for October 15th. Well, the summer-like temperatures just don't want to leave us. First Warn meteorologist Savannah Brito is out on the weather patio with your certified most accurate forecast. Hi, Savannah.
Hi, Josh. That's exactly the case. Beautiful day ahead. We have plenty of sunshine out there, although I do think we're talking about a few clouds here and there as we get through further this afternoon into the early evening. Not going to spark any showers, at least a great chance across southern Wisconsin. We'll top out at 81 this afternoon, and then temperatures are going to cool down. Not a lot overnight. It'll be similar, at least starting tomorrow morning off compared to what we did today. Some patchy fog possible, but then overnight tomorrow night into early Wednesday, might even want to think about pulling that winter jacket out. Temperatures are going to get pretty cool out there. But a beautiful day nonetheless. If you like a summer feel like I do, you'll like today. If you like fall-like weather, we'll see that tomorrow. Few shower chances, mainly northeast of Madison, though, kind of up near Door County. I think that's where the activity will be overnight tonight into early tomorrow. We could use the rain, not really forecasting or seeing a great chance over the next several days. And then if you like fall-like weather, like I mentioned, tomorrow, highs are only going to climb in the mid-60s. But Josh, ahead of that, we have plenty more 70s still, but it might be the last 80-degree day possibly that we see this year.
Oh boy. All right, Savannah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, now to the historic devastation left by Hurricane Helene. The storm is now blamed for more than 100 deaths, and the damage extends more than 600 miles across the south. Officials estimating 90% of homes in the Gulf Coast town of Keaton Beach are gone. In Tennessee, dramatic new video shows the moment this bridge in Greene County collapsed under the pressure of rising floodwaters. More than 2 million homes and businesses from Florida to Ohio are still without power.
A lot of cleanup, a lot of power lines down, Probably one of the worst storms Middle Georgia's ever seen.
But the storm appears to have inflicted its worst damage in the Carolinas, where officials say more than 70 people have been found dead so far. Some fear the cleanup could take years. Well, still ahead for us this afternoon. If you have a question or concern about your plants or garden, now's the time to send us your questions via email to tips@channel3000.com. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will join us later in the broadcast with the answers. Again, that is tips@channel3000.com. Up next for us, how Prince fans can stay in the Minneapolis home featured in Purple Rain. Plus, why a possible strike could shut down dozens of ports around the U.S.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Moving forward.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Oh man, you get a 5-star review. That's like the Cadillac of all Cadillacs.
I have a lot of them. Oh, you're Jake? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Jake. And they're like, oh, I saw your reviews. It's really good.
Quality service quickly, that's what you get with Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
At Rank Seed, we expect excellence in every seed, superior genetics, state-of-the-art processing facilities, and extensive testing for proper placement. Let us help you find the right seed for your growing conditions. Rank Seed, results since 1846.
China Lights is back this fall at Berner Botanical Gardens in Milwaukee. The Year of the Dragon has over 40 lanterns, an event for the whole family. Come see what thousands of visitors have raved about. China Lights opens September 13th and runs through October 27th. Buy your tickets now.
My husband and I are going through IVF treatments now. It could be our only chance to have a family. But Donald Trump's plan could ban IVF in some states. My husband is in the military. He volunteered to serve. We are patriots and we go where he is assigned. What if we end up in a state where IVF is no longer legal? What will we do then?
I'm Kamala Harris and I approve this message.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Midwest Master is an all-purpose grass seed mix that starts growing fast and blends well into existing lawns. A 15-pound bag covers more than 3,700 square feet and is $39.99 after rebate. Owens Corning shingles are designed for long-lasting protection with up to a 130 miles per hour wind and limited lifetime warranty. Choose from over 40 options. Get an 11% rebate on all Owens Corning shingles.
Save big money at Menards.
A suspected Venezuelan gang member who was arrested for domestic battery.
Violently attacked a woman physically and sexually.
The border crisis is real here in Wisconsin.
Criminal gangs harming our community.
We're stretched thin. Open borders and weak politicians are crushing us.
Rebecca Cook is one of them. She doesn't back law enforcement. She'll never secure the border. Doesn't even want to.
That's why we stand with Derek Van Orton. He has our back.
And I've got yours. I'm Derek Van Orton, and I approve this message.
We could be just hours away from a possible longshoreman strike that could shut down dozens of ports from the Northeast to Texas. The White House is urging port operators and workers to work out their differences. The union is asking for higher wages and a complete ban on the automation of cranes, gates, and container movements used in the loading or unloading of cargo. Experts say a work stoppage could lead to supply chain disruptions and raise prices for consumers. Animated science fiction film The Wild Robot won the weekend box office, bringing in $35 million domestically. Beetlejuice was second with $16 million, while Transformers 1 was third with just over $9 million. Francis Ford Coppola's self-financed Megalopolis flopped in its debut, raking in just $4 million, far short of the film's $120 million budget. And Prince fans now have a chance to stay in the Minneapolis house featured in his cult classic film Purple Rain 40 years after its release. Starting Wednesday, potential guests can request a one-night stay through Airbnb for up to 4 people at $7 per person, a nod to Prince's favorite number. Lucky guests can go crazy in a closet filled with the music legend's iconic outfits, a spa, and a lounge with musical instruments. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
At the noon hour, here's your stock report. The Dow is down 125 points, NASDAQ is up 6, and the S&P 500 is down less than a point. We have today's egg prices straight ahead, along with the first warn forecast. Then later on Live at 4, Will Loper on The Wild Robot, why he says it's one of the best films of the year.
Brian Stiles said he's proud of his extreme record, so why is he lying about it? Stiles said he was proud to be part of a group pushing to gut Social Security and Medicare, that he proudly supports abortion bans. And Brian Stiles said he's proud to be backed by extremists pushing a total ban nationwide. Peter Barca's backed by police, firefighters, and unions, because Peter puts Wisconsin first, no matter the party, and that's something to be proud of.
I'm Peter Barca, and I approve this message.
My husband and I are going through IVF treatments now. It could be our only chance to have a family. But Donald Trump's plan could ban IVF in some states. My husband is in the military. He volunteered to serve. We are patriots and we go where he is assigned. What if we end up in a state where IVF is no longer legal? What will we do then?
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Are you struggling with back or neck pain due to herniated or bulging discs? Midwest Spine and Nerve Center may be able to help you get back to your active lifestyle with our non-invasive, drug-free treatment methods, including non-surgical spinal decompression, Class 4 laser, and more. Serving Madison for over 15 years, we've helped hundreds of patients alleviate their back or neck pain. If you're looking for an alternative back or neck pain relieving therapy, call us to schedule a complimentary, no-obligation consultation today to see if we can help you get out of pain.
Stanton Optical believes eye care should be affordable. Right now, for only $135, you get 2 pairs of progressives, plus all this. All that costs over $200 everywhere else. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical, easy's our thing. Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Upgrading your home this summer? Then you need the experts at Feldco. Let us bring your project to life and save you money. Right now at Feldco, get 30% off roofing and siding with no interest for 3 years. With experienced craftsmen dedicated to every detail, combined with products made in the USA, you'll enjoy value and curb appeal. 30% off roofing and siding ends Monday. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report is out of the radio barn with the World Dairy Expo in town this week. So here are your farm numbers. Well, temperatures still warmer than they usually are for this time of year. First Warn meteorologist Savannah Brito has your forecast. Hi, Savannah.
Hi, Josh. Thank you. Yeah, it's the end of September. Very, very hard to believe that we're going into October tomorrow with an 81-degree temperature forecast high in Madison this afternoon. Let's recap September 2024. This is based on data specifically at Madison's airport, the Dane County Regional Airport. 78.9 degrees. This does not take into consideration today's data because we haven't technically reached our daytime high yet this afternoon. We're about 5 degrees above average. That's what will go down as for September. We had 12 consecutive days in the 80s. That ended a little bit ago last week, and on Sunday temperatures fell. Still above average though overall the last several days. September, as far as rainfall went, last Sunday, not yesterday, but last Sunday, we got almost 4 inches of rainfall. That pushed us up to 5.16 inches. Our average is around 3 1/4 of an inch. So we had more than that, almost twice as much compared to average as far as data last week. So it was well above average for precipitation, little above average though for temperatures. How about fall color though? We've seen such above average temperatures. It's kind of played a role on fall color this year. Not a lot taking place. You can see northwest of Dane County or Door County. There's some patchy areas. Really the only county in the Madison viewing area though it is reporting some patchy color is Richland County to our west. That's really the only area besides far northeastern Wisconsin. I do think that's going to come and continue to be later this year compared to where we usually see that fall color. Most of central Wisconsin's looking at mid-October and then even pushing mid to late October. That's the forecast for fall color for most of southern Wisconsin. So we still have to wait a few weeks, even a month's time, but we should start to see that peak color near the mid to end of the month. For northern Wisconsin, it'll be earlier, probably this week. 75 in Madison. Temperatures all across the area are reaching the mid to upper 70s right now. Still going to see temperatures climb a little bit. Janesville, one of the warmer areas, almost pushing 80 degrees already this afternoon. 73 in Juneau, 75 in Lone Rock. If you like cooler temperatures, we are going to see a fall-like weather pattern just for a day tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we'll see temperatures climb. We have that southerly wind right now. It's not breezy, especially compared to what we had on Saturday, but we are going to see a few clouds come into play later this afternoon. Any shower chances with a cold front, that's what these will be associated with. You can see a better chance just to our northeast in comparison to Madison, but a few clouds definitely going to turn over to partly cloudy skies tonight. That will actually help keep temperatures warmer, but then that cold front, the areas that see that push through, first, we will see those drop mainly northwest of Madison in the mid to upper 40s. Everyone else can expect lower to mid 50s tonight. And then tomorrow, these are daytime highs. We're only looking at the lower to mid 60s at best. So we're back to a fall-like pattern, but like I said, that's not going to last that long. 65 the high tomorrow. I've wanted to cover up this. We were talking about it all morning. 41's the low, Josh.
Ooh, that's a little chilly.
I'm probably going to have to bring my, I don't know about a winter coat just for a day, but 41's cold.
From our high temperature today to that, that's a pretty big difference.
I know, like cut in half, literally.
Yeah, wake up call. All right, Savannah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, hay rides, apple picking, and pumpkin carving. It's a busy day for Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Fall means different things to different people, depending on where they grew up. I'm from upstate New York, where the fall includes lots of apple picking, hay rides down country roads, and a trip to a pumpkin patch to find just the right pumpkin. Whether you have similar memories or not, you can still enjoy the flavors of fall by whipping up a batch of our hayride pumpkin squares. We start by combining some flour, salt, baking powder and baking soda, cinnamon, and nutmeg. After it's mixed, in another large bowl, we beat together some canned pumpkin, eggs, a good amount of sugar, vegetable oil, and a splash of vanilla. Now we add our dry ingredients to this, mixing it until it's smooth. Then into a baking dish it goes before popping it in the oven. While this bakes, don't be surprised if your neighbors stop by to see what smells so darn good. You can bet they'll stick around for a piece or two. To get the recipe for what we call our hayride pumpkin squares, just head over to our website. Maybe put on your favorite flannel shirt to get you in the mood. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a sweet and cozy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
And ahead at noon for us, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. You can email those to tips@channel3000.com, and we'll get the answers when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
Meet Edwin Ramos. This illegal immigrant murdered 3 Americans. An MS-13 gang member. Ramos was arrested for a gun crime, but as DA, Kamala didn't prosecute him. Months later, Ramos murdered a man and his 2 sons in cold blood.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
This is a great financial decision for us as a community.
I'm Joan Balwig, and these days the cost to make Great-Grandma Balwig's blue ribbon banana bread is, well, just nuts. Wisconsin families are feeling the pinch of inflation, even on the basics. That's why I work to put dough back in your pockets. Led the effort to defend our family farms and pass the biggest tax cut in state history, because the only way to make life affordable again is to do what banana bread does and bring everyone to the table.
You've probably seen all these negative ads against me. Well, here's the deal. They are designed to tear us apart. But here's the truth. My life's work has been fighting on behalf of others. It's why I became a prosecutor, district attorney, and attorney general. I took on drug cartels and human traffickers to protect our communities. Look, everyone is tired of the petty, destructive politics. Let's turn the page and chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
We're back now with Lisa Briggs. You can send us your plant questions. Remember, email them to tips@channel3000.com. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
Good. It's not really feeling like fall out there, is it?
No, but the nights are cooler,
yes.
So that's good.
There's that big temperature swing.
And it's going to be really chilly, so everybody, if you have house plants outside, make a plan, bring them in.
This is the time to start doing it now.
This is the time, yeah. When the forecast is saying 47, you know it's probably not going to get that cold in town. But low 40s,
yeah,
time to have a plan.
Yeah. All right, we got a lot of questions to get to. We're going to start off with Chris. Chris wants to know when the best time to cut back their rose bush would be and what to use to cover it.
So cutting back rose bushes, especially if you have shrub roses, hardy roses, it's best to cut them back in the spring. They're going to get some dieback anyway. If it's newly planted, I would put a good supply of mulch on the crown. But if it's a rose bush that's been in since the spring, it's probably established and fine. The only roses that you really have to cover are hybrid roses, and we really don't see a lot of those around anymore. Those have really gone by the wayside in favor of the hardy roses.
Okay. Question number 2, question from Pat. Their lilacs are in full bloom. Will they bloom again in the spring?
Probably not, Pat. Lilacs and a lot of flowering trees and shrubs set their flower buds soon after they flower, and there's one set of buds, and that is it. It won't have time to create new buds. The good news is that in the long run, your lilac will be fine health-wise, but you probably won't get a ton of flowers next year. All
right, question number 3. Julie actually sent us a picture. I showed you that in the commercial break. She wants to know what critter is doing in her lawn.
So that critter is either, it's hard to tell based on the picture how big those holes are. So they're either burrows, something like a chipmunk, or it's something that is looking for grubs in your lawn. What I would do, please, Julie, is send the photos to the plant desk. That's plantdesk@brucecompany.com. And then we can have a conversation with you and ask you some further questions to determine exactly what's going on there.
And Kay also sent us a picture today, and she wanted to know what her plant name was.
So that is a castor bean, Kay. It is a annual here. They can get quite large if you plant them out in your yard, 6, 8 feet tall, but it is an annual. Just for everybody, it is not legal to plant in a lot of states. Wisconsin is not one of them. Castor beans are where they make ricin from.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
All right. Question number 5 comes from Lori. Lori wants to know if you can explain what's going on in her orchid. Is this normal, and are they future blossoms? She also sent us a photo.
Yes, and they are not future blossoms. What they are aerial roots. In the wild, orchids live in trees, and they use those roots to kind of secure them to whatever they're hanging on to, and also to gather moisture and nutrients. Any new flower spikes are going to come up from much higher on the plant, like between the leaf, between those paddle-shaped leaves.
All right, question number 6. We're flying through these today.
We are flying through them.
Rosemary wants to know how to get rid of her chipmunks in the rock wall.
I would try what's the word I'm looking for right now?
I wish I could help you.
A repellent, an animal repellent, like a spray, works pretty well. So something like liquid fence, they'll be kind of stinky, but the smell dissipates pretty quickly for you. The chipmunks will continue to smell it, though. That might help.
All right, question number 7 from Carly. Can I cut my Annabelle hydrangeas down almost to the ground now?
Yes, you can do it now, Carly, or you can wait until spring. The hydrangeas don't really care. Annabelle's since they bloom on new wood, they'll come from the base of the plant, and they'll be much healthier that way.
All right, some good questions today.
And a busy morning.
It is a busy day, yes. All right, Lisa, thank you so much. We appreciate it as always. Let's go to Savannah now with a final check of the forecast. Hi, Savannah.
Hi, Josh. We definitely have those fair weather cumulus clouds starting to bubble up, not necessarily going to lead to any showers, at least for the most part across southern Wisconsin. We will see that best chance northeast of Madison, so kind of up near Fond du Lac or Green Bay, even, if you will. So well to our northeast, not really worried about that across the area tonight. But we're going to see temperatures drop as a result of that cold front. 81's your high today. Definitely get outside if you can. I know I will. We will not likely see any more 80s, and we're heading into October tomorrow. Crazy to think that we're still forecasting a high of 81 the last day of September. 56, that's our overnight low tonight. Still not as cool as what's to come Tuesday night into Wednesday. 65 is the high, so even tomorrow, definitely a lot cooler, fall-like, but 41 is the low heading into Wednesday. Definitely pull those jackets out if you haven't already. We have plenty of days still in the 70s, and our nighttime temperatures are going to warm again. We got a couple of 50s out there too, but some 40s. Not liking this. I know that this is the average or near normal for this time of year, but Josh, holding on to summer while we have it.
Yes,
Summer-like weather anyways.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for joining us. We're back with more news live at 4.